Hello, and welcome back to our Rule the Waves 3 playthrough of Japan, starting in 1890, Pacific Empire. In the last episode, which I recorded a couple days ago, I think earlier this week, we had a nice little cruiser battle, and we put China a little bit further behind us in terms of light cruiser forces, and I think we also sank one heavy cruiser. So that kind of evened up the playing field in terms of heavy cruisers, and put us basically again further ahead in light cruisers. Now, that's to say we're not particularly ahead of them anywhere else. Well, I guess the fact that we still have two battleships is a pretty big deal. So that means with our excess monthly balance, we can consider trying to invade. Now we need to take a look at our invasion circle here, and we see that Shanghai is just within range. So if we can get Shanghai, that would put Formosa within range as well. And then if we could seize both Shanghai and Formosa in this war, we can consider it pretty much a great success, and not have to worry too much about how the peace deal goes, because I don't think I clicked on harsher peace deal this time, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. So let's just set Shanghai as an invasion target, and hopefully in the next couple of months or so we'll get an opportunity to get in there and attack. So let's, well, the game's already saved, so let's make a copy of our save. There we go. And off we go. Cruiser action off Shanghai. If we could get rid of let's see, heavy cruisers and light cruisers, cool. If we could get rid of a couple more cruisers, Chinese cruisers, that would be swell. Of course, this is also an opportunity to lose cruisers. Every opportunity is also a risk in this game. So let's see, we spotted an unknown ship. Okay, well, it's not showing us where this unknown ship is at just yet. It's very unknown. So we're just going to go on Squad Max for now. There it is. A couple of... Looks like... I kind of doubt... Well, that might be two heavy cruisers supported by light cruisers. They have 3 heavy cruisers left in their fleet. Left in their navy, I mean. So we got to be a little bit careful. It looks like the Tsushima might be faster than the Kasagi. Kasagi... Actually, an easier way to know this is to look right here. Oh, they're all 21 max speed. That's pretty cool. We'll take it. I'd like to get the Tokawa there in between their forces and ours. 19 knots. Well, with this closing angle here, we might get some torpedoes off. Alright, so we're taking some hits. Let's change our approach vector here. So we're scoring some 3-inch hits, not much against a heavy cruiser. 3-inch, 5-inch. We took a light hit in return on the Tokawa. Tokawa has 4-inch belt, so it can absorb a light hit fairly well. Got hit in the coal bunker. Let's maneuver the Tokawa a little bit because it is taking hits and it may have had a torpedo fired at it. You always want to be careful when you're pursuing a ship that has torpedoes, and this Lion class was going sort of almost straight north there for a minute, so it could fire a torpedo like so and get a successful attack off. So you want to cut into or away from the potential path of the torpedo. Same deal over here with the light cruisers. Tokuwa, what kind of weapons do you have? Two 7-inch guns. The 6 5-inch guns are more useful here against light cruisers, really. Just for the rate of fire. Okay, so they're firing on us. The Tsushima is taking a lot of hits, but it's only at 10% damage. Whoa. Careful. Careful. All right, torpedo away. This is a good opportunity, but we missed. We're just gunning each other quite a bit here. We've taken some, wow, we've taken some hits here. Okay. Well, what we might do is well, it's not damaged enough, but when we get the chance, we're going to detach the Tsushima. Oh, okay, we are probably allowed to detach it now. Nope, not yet. Gosh. Heck. We don't really have any. But this other guy right here, nope, nope, nope. No one can fire torpedoes just yet. A little bit worried of a collision from our Kasagi. We don't want to collide with a heavy cruiser. That would be painful. There we go. Now we're a little bit safer. Everybody's wiggling and trying to avoid getting torpedoed. The Tokuwa might be able to get one off. There we go. Missed. We need to maneuver. Oh, this Tsushima. Tsushima is really hurt now. We may end up losing it. It's pretty damaged. All right. The Ekit Shima. Oh boy, there's a lot of Shima names. Fire torpedo. We should be able to get one off. And we allegedly hit. We'll fire off another from the starboard side now, from the right side. And hit him again. That's beautiful. And I think the enemy heavy light cruisers will be distracted with trying to protect the heavies. So we can maybe safely retreat our Tsushima to the south there. Kasagi doesn't have a shot yet. I need to get further. I need more of a lead. All right, turn back around. There we go, and the Tsushima is safely, only has 3 flooding, so it had 2 when I checked it previously. So it's a little bit safer. May be able to get back to Japan without it sinking. Still scoring 5-inch hits on this light cruiser. 2.5-inch belt. probably not doing a whole lot to it with 3-inch guns. Not really worth using a torpedo at that angle, because we'd be firing, it'd be on slow mode because it has to go so far to reach it. And the Chi Yang would be moving away, so it's like an even worse attack angle. Oh, we scored a 7-inch hit from one of our Tokawa main guns. Would you like to see that? It's getting dark now, so our gunnery is going to suffer. Okay, allegedly a torpedo hits. We do not. Okay. All right, we're also going to grab our light cruiser down here and send it back to Sasebo. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sure it's not right. Fire torpedoes. Starboard side is expended. So we're going to turn like this, and fire one off from the port side. And allegedly, this other heavy cruiser already took 2 torpedoes. Says it's on heavy damage. Says this one's on heavy damage. Maybe we can fire off an aft torpedo? We can. Misses. We still have the bow torpedo, and we probably have reloaded the starboard side now. Just circling, trying to get a decent firing solution for torpedoes. And you know what? We'll keep our light cruisers on that Chi Yang because we got to keep the pressure up. And we'll fire. We will not fire. We still have the bow in the starboard side. There we go. Missed. And this might give us a chance with the starboard. Nope, we're just missing. Okay. May need to bring the light cruisers down here if we can score another hit on this Chi Yang. No. Okay. Toku will go up there. And no. This is a good, I think this is a good angle here. There we go. That's a hit. Yep, that stopped him dead in the water. So the Tokumo will go down here to finish that off. It has port and aft, so we're gonna do like a little U-turn here and fire the aft torpedo. It is one of the least useful of the torpedoes. Okay. Well, instead we're gonna go down to cruise speed. We're going to try to catch this other heavy cruiser. Maybe we can fire off a bow torpedo. We cannot. So we're just going to turn hard and fire a starboard side. Nope, we're too far ahead of it now. How about now? That's a hit. All right. Tokawa, you can go home now. Send you back to Seisbo as well. I think that's like, I don't know. All right. We're just trying to catch up with this heavy cruiser. If we can torpedo it, that would be quite nice. He's going to be very squirrely trying to stay alive. I'm wondering if this is the one that we allegedly scored 2 torpedo hits on earlier. We are straddling the target with our guns. Unfortunately, it's a heavy cruiser, so we're not doing a whole lot with our little 2 5-inch guns. Yep. Those are both Kasagi class. So they just have a whole range of 3-inch guns to shoot stuff with. Set some fires, break some stuff, not really penetrate the hull too well. Oh no, we misunderstood. That may give the enemy a chance to get away. Going up to 5-minute increments now until we can get closer. 3-minute increments and back to 1-minute increments. All so that we can try to find a solution to getting a torpedo into them. Took some superstructure damage. Again, more 5-inch hits. In the sea state, limiting the speed is probably not helping us because we're probably very close in speed here. We might have 1 knot advantage. And that would simply be due to the fact that this heavy cruiser's been running at full tilt the entire time. We're probably just about out of ammo. Uh, 5-inch hit, a 3-inch hit. Oh my goodness, this fight is taking forever, isn't it? How's our damage? We're actually, well, 26 and 31%. Boy, if we could just get one... You know what? Let's try a Hail Mary on this rearmost light cruiser. Well, we chased it off for a minute at least. 2-minute increments. Can we do it? Can we... Nope, still out of arc. This is really annoying. When they want to be evasive, they can really be evasive. Alright, let's get out of here. Get down to cruise speed and head home. We'll take the 1 ship sunk, I suppose. And we're on fire. We got away at least. So we inflicted heavy damage. We sank one of the heavy cruisers. Ship details. So we scored 3 torpedo hits. I guess they were all against that one target. I thought, you get them mixed up a little bit there in the melee. So let's exit the battle. Tone has finished, or has been commissioned. Invasion of Shanghai is delayed. The U.S. and Spanish are still fighting it out in the Caribbean. Haven't really heard much about that war. And we're pretty much even on rating. All right, save the game. And that's all of the Tashima class finished up. So we're going to go ahead and start assigning them. This will go to the 5th Division. And then these lovely three, will go to the 6th Division. There we go. Look at that. We're 20 minutes in, one battle. But man, that went so fast. That went so fast. Gosh. I can't really click on another turn here because if it's a big battle, especially in the invasion, this episode will go out to like 50 minutes or an hour. That'd be kind of crazy. So we might just have to leave it here. But let's take a look at the Chinese situation. They're down to 2 heavy cruisers now. And overall, 62,000. We are quite ahead of them now in fleet tonnage. A big portion of that, of course, is our battleships. And well, I guess I don't know if it counts. It doesn't seem to count. It only seems to count the ones that are afloat right now. But they are building 7 battleships. I'd like to take a look into that and see what they're cooking up here. You got some building in Germany and Britain and the U.S. We have no specific information about them, but they're going to be 7,000 tons and then 7,900 tons compared to the Fujis that we're building, which is kind of in between what they've got going on. They got 7,000 and 7,900. We got 7,700. I'm wondering if they're going to go for like the big broadsides like we are. Like we're going to have 6 8-inch guns on each side of the ship with a nice battery of 16 4-inch guns to keep enemy light cruisers and stuff on us. Although we are really hurting on belt armor. We don't have much, but these ships really, they're just there to be ships of the line in the classic sense of the word, where we're going to have 4 of them in total, and we'll put them in squadrons of 2. And basically, one will be subordinate to the other, so it'll be 4 ships in a line, and they'll just be broadsiding with those 8-inch guns. Yeah, not too shabby. We do need to find a way to spend some money. Where there's not really any battleships we could build right now, at least not for another 8 months or so. So we might hold off on building battleships. What we can build is perhaps a couple of corvettes. So let's design a couple of corvettes. They'll just be real simple. Whoops, that's the wrong ship type. There we go. So like 1,500 tons is the classic size, but we don't need them that big. We're not really a colonial force. So like 1,000 tons will be okay. Actually, we could build them a lot cheaper. 4-inch guns, 3-inch guns. They don't need all these secondaries and tertiaries and all that. They don't even need armor. Although I guess we could leave it at 2 inches. Although we could strip it down to 1 inch of armor. No deck armor. We could... Look at that, we took a month off of the construction. It would be 4 months to build that. Is that allowed? That is allowed. So we could build a couple of these 500-ton corvettes in 4 months. It's more expensive per month to do it that way, but it's faster. So you see the price is increasing because you're cutting the time in half. So you're paying the same amount, 1,226 down to 1,090, and you're getting it in a shorter time. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We have a bunch of extra weight remaining, which doesn't matter. We don't care about that. We'll throw a few extra rounds on the in the ammo bin there. That who cares? These things are not meant to fight. They're 500 tonners. And are we allowed to go even lower than that? Yeah, we'll put them up to 500 tons. I think they might go away when the war ends. If these might be armed merchant cruisers. Speed can go up to 20, so they can kind of get away from some targets at least if we have to do that sort of battle. And we'll take it. The Amakusa class, we'll call it the Harada Maru. Hakuna Matata. There we go. And we can build like, they only take 4 months. So we'll build like maybe 3 of them just so we have a little bit more of a buffer. And we're building a more permanent one, a 600 tonner. So that'll give us a nice little buffer zone for our trade protection. We're going to save. We're going to definitely copy the games. We have a backup in case they do another update. Haven't heard anything in the pipeline. I'm in the Discord for the publisher, and I haven't heard anything about updates, but sometimes they just drop them in. But anyhow, I've been prattling on here for a good 5 minutes after the battle ended, so I'd like to end it before half an hour. So I appreciate you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.